But you did mention the glitches in the preparations here in London. Number one, they built at a cost of more than $1 billion. They built this Millennium Dome down in Greenwich. And nobody's quite sure why they built it. And then that's the Millennium Dome that you're seeing there. It's reviving the Greenwich area, of course, which is the center of time. But inside, it's a sort of show with lots of exhibits, and there's a stage. But Londoners really do scratch their head as to why it was worth spending $1 billion, over $1 billion, on this Millennium Dome. And then you got a peek at the London Eye. This, well, they don't like to call it a Ferris wheel because the modules are enclosed, but this is right on the south bank of the Thames, Peter. And I'm going to be interested to get your opinion of it.
Ferris wheel by any other name, Charlie.
Well, all right, we'll stick with Ferris wheel. Americans will relate to that. But, Peter, it's 50 feet higher than Big Ben. And the only thing I can really equate to it is in 1889, in Paris, of course, they built the Eiffel Tower, and people were so shocked in Paris by that. It was only supposed to be up for a few years, and of course, it stands still. This is only supposed to be up for 5 years here in London, but it is really a rather majestic thing. Now, of course, people are supposed to start riding in it tonight. Well, it doesn't work right, Peter. One of the modules doesn't rotate properly, and so they're not going to be able to open it for 3 weeks or so. But it is up here, and to some Londoners, it is an eyesore. To some, it is a thing of beauty. I will let you be the judge. This is your old city. You give me your verdict.
Well, I was going to say to you that I wonder how Mr. Ferris would feel, who designed the first wheel for the Chicago Exposition, because you have a fabulous one there, and they've got a whole collection of them up and down the Champs-Élysées in Paris, which we can see at the moment, too. I think there are 12 designed on the Champs-Élysées, and each one of them different. But this is George Ferris's wheel for the Chicago World Fair. And I must tell you, Charlie, as modern as yours looks, it does indeed look like George Ferris's wheel in some shape or form. And there's a glimpse of one of them in the distance in Paris as well this morning. Charlie, you said very briefly there that London would claim being the center of things, being such an interesting place, but also you want to take a quick whack at you claim it because you are the center of time.
Sure. Just east of here on the Thames River is Greenwich, which is at 0 degrees longitude, and it is the center of time. It is where the official measurement of time is taken for the world. Indeed, all of these midnight celebrations are really keyed to the official clocks, which are in Greenwich.
Okay. Well, it's great to talk to you, and we will talk to you a lot throughout the day. There's Big Ben. Clearly, I think surely the most famous clock in the world, and we'll be talking all about clocks and times, the importance of time and the relevance of time before the day is over. But let us now go out to New Zealand, because there in New Zealand they are about to be the first industrial country to become the center of time. Elizabeth Vargas is in the Pacific for us. Elizabeth, can you give us a handle first on what's happening in New Zealand?
Well, they've got a huge celebration planned in Auckland, Peter, with a record amount of fireworks that they're shooting up into the air. Auckland, of course, is known as the city of sails. There are more sailboats per capita, so they have a lot of people planning to be out on the water. As well, a lot of fireworks launched from barges. And in fact, from a small island off the coast of, just right off the coast of Auckland called Rangitoto, which interestingly enough, at the turn of the last millennium, wasn't even there. It was caused by a volcanic eruption 600 years ago. Barges attached to that island will be, of course, launching a lot of those fireworks. Auckland will be, of course, the first major industrialized landmass to celebrate New Year's. We will be celebrating shortly thereafter here at Sydney Harbor, and the party is well underway here as well. Celebrations beginning well before midnight, with, again, record-breaking crowds in both New Zealand and Australia.
Thanks very much, Elizabeth. One of the people who's with us in New Zealand this morning, along with James Walker, is Susie Aiken, who's a reporter for TVNZ, as they call it. We say Z, but TVNZ, Television New Zealand. Can you hear me, Susie?
Yes, I can. Good morning, Peter.
How excited are you people there?
Well, in the last half hour, I've really felt the energy level and the ambience around me. And the boat horns, as you can hear. We've got 68 super yachts in this purpose-built America's Cup Harbour behind me. A concert going on. New Zealanders are out to party, and we are counting down the minutes. We've got 3 minutes to go, and it's hard not to get completely caught up. It's exciting to be the first major city to see this in.
Do you think that's a feeling that's held throughout New Zealand? It's not a very big place.
It's not a very big place, but we've got about 3.8 million people, but a very strong voice globally, we hope, and we're really looking forward to this new millennium with a very positive accent for us is to aim to preserve the planet. So that's, I think, where our mission will be in the next years ahead.
Lovely to have you with us, Susie. Let's listen to the official ceremony itself.
For a minute. If the last 2,000 years are worth anything, it's because we can learn from them. Just for a second, what legacy you will give to the future. Look around right now. Look at your loved ones. Look at the strangers. Go on, have a good look at those faces and think, what and how can I affect them in the future? What will my legacy be for them and for those yet to be born, for those yet to come? Okay, I'm getting it through now, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at each other. Say goodbye and get ready to say hello.
We're at Auckland on the North Island of New Zealand, the biggest city there, just over 1 million people, as Susie said.
It's coming up, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
largest Polynesian city in the world. Here it is.
Oh, it's building. Here it comes. I can feel it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm checking the watch.
Closest big city in the world to the international date line. Wildly popular with people who visit it. The indigenous people, the Maoris, there represent a small part of the population, but an enormous part of New Zealand's
50
historic culture.
seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. It's official. 50 seconds. Let's have a look where we are. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and counting. Here we go. 25, 22, 21, 20, and 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and 9, 8, 7,
that the Polynesians settled on originally in the South Pacific. Biggest city in New Zealand, celebrating its future and its past. Talked to someone there yesterday who I hope we'll talk to before the day is over. In fact, might even try to get him on the phone now. Dennis Dutton, an American who told us yesterday that he had moved to New Zealand from California and he thought he was never going to be heard of again. And of course, the world in which we now live, the technological world, the internet world, has simply changed all that completely. And he now sits there connected to the rest of the world on his email.